the first time I did it, oh my god. It was Mufti Day on a Friday at school. And for Americans, it's like, I don't know what grade that is, but I was about 13, 14 or something. So whatever that is for you. And Mufti Day is when you can, like, you come in your own clothes and get a pound of school and they're supposed to give it to charity. Who knows if they actually do? I think they probably do. So yeah, it was Mufti Day. And we were playing catch with the red noses, because you could buy some red noses for like 20p something. So yeah, we were playing catch with a red nose. And previously that day we had a PE, and we were learning to throw the javelin. So I was like, you know what? Why not get a bit more power behind my throw with the red nose and do a javelin run up? So I crossed my legs, went to throw, and it. I was like, I fell to the ground at first, and then I tried to get back up, and I was like, what the hell? And my knee was literally like, it was just like popped down to the side. It was just hanging on the side. So one of the teachers came over and helped me get over to the bench. And I'm not joking. Everyone was just staring at me. I didn't really look, I just had my eyes closed. And I was lying on the bench. And then, I'm not even joking. I was lying on that bench for like an hour, just waiting for the ambulance to come. It was an absolute joke. I don't know why it took so long, but it was freezing. And and one of the teachers got a few bags off the other students, and they were just like piled up on the bench, and I was using them as a pillow. Not the comfiest thing, I can't lie, but it did the job. I don't know why I could have just laid on the bench. Then when the ambulance finally arrived, I drove to the hospital. It's actually like the worst thing, because the hospital that I went to was about a 30-minute drive, and I had to hold on to the side of the stretcher bed thing that they put me on, because the bloody ambulance was jolting like mad. It was jolting like mad, so I was just holding on, because every time it jolted, it kept moving my knee, and I was in so much pain. So I was holding on for my life. And yeah, when I finally arrived, oh yeah, they give you this gas, which I didn't think it did much at the time, but obviously it did. But in the moment, I could still feel the pain and everything. So yeah, they took me into the hospital, and they actually failed to get it in like twice. Like it took them 3 times to get it in. Like you would think with all their knowledge and all their grades and everything that they would be able to stick a knee back in place, but no, it took them 3 tries. And they told me to like suck on the tube of gas, like really hard, and I felt like I was in heaven. Like it literally, I felt so dizzy. It was like just messing with my brain, but that's what it's supposed to do. Like it was probably the worst thing I'd ever felt. But I didn't realise, but it took like 7 hours, the whole process, which was it did not feel like 7 hours, it felt like an hour. Like time went so fast, just thinking back I didn't know. And then after they put it back in, I got put in one of these cast brace things, whatever you want to call them, when it rubs on your knee and it's got So I literally held my knee replacement. I had the first time I had this on for like 8 weeks, I think. But I only took 2 weeks off school, and then we had 2 weeks off Halloween. So after a month, I went back to school. And the weird thing is, everyone, like, it was just like, can I go on your crutches? Can I go on your crutches? It's like I just brought a Lamborghini into school. Everyone wanted to go. I mean, I didn't mind, but it was just so weird how fascinating everyone was about crutches. It just shows how good school really is. Well, obviously, it's important if you want to do, like, be a doctor or a lawyer or something. Okay, well, they're done. But yeah, and my friends told me a story afterwards about, because it was like a joke that I used to sleep a lot. It wasn't that I slept a lot, it just, I didn't get a lot of sleep before I went to school. Like, I'd get like 4 or 5 hours, and then after school, I'd just go straight to bed and get a few hours of sleep. Which, it didn't add up too much, but I always joked about how I used to sleep a lot. So, yeah, they told me a story afterwards, and it was that when they were leaving the lunch queue, when they were leaving the hall, that they came around and they thought I was having a nap on the bench, which was the most stupid thing I've ever heard. I don't know why they thought that, but you know what you know. So yeah, that was the first time, and I don't remember how long I was on crutches for. Maybe 3 months. I think it was about 3 months, yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah. No, I actually came off them before the doctor said, because we had a geography trip. So I didn't want to, it was like a 8-mile walk, and I didn't want to go on an 8-mile walk on crutches. So I just sacked them off. At first my leg was a bit like wobbly, because I hadn't been used in months. But after that, it was fine, and I started playing football and thinking, until 2 years later. 2 years later, when it happened again. When I was on my last year of school, probably the worst thing was that I didn't get to do any PE for the whole year. And then when we went into lockdown and school closed, so I only actually did like half of year 11, as of everyone else my age. Don't worry, I'm not special. But yeah, I didn't get to do PE at all. And you didn't get to choose like what you did in PE, like year 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then year 11, they did football all year, and I didn't get to play. Like, how unlucky is that? Anyway, yeah, the second time I did it, I was playing football at a park with my friends, and one of them like put backspin on the ball, and I just went for like a Ronaldinho volley into the opposite corner. So I hit the ball like backwards, and I bent backwards on my knee, and yeah, it came out again, which the second time honestly wasn't that bad. I was in pain for like 2 minutes, and then I sat back up and I just popped it in by myself. I just popped it back in by myself, and then I was still in pain after that, but it wasn't that bad. And then one of my friends biked to my house, which was, it's not long, it's like a 5-minute bike ride maybe. And then my mum and my stepdad came to pick me up and take me to the hospital. But yeah, the second time wasn't bad. I just popped it in back by myself, and then I put my arms around them both, had to go for a checkup because I obviously couldn't walk to the hospital because the nearest one's like a 20-minute walk, and I was not doing that on crutches. So the closest hospital we had to drive to, and obviously with my knee brace on, I had to like jump myself into the car backwards all the time, and I was just lying across the back seat. That was a nightmare. That was probably the hardest thing after it happened, apart from all my mental health and stuff, because I went from playing football like every day then to not playing it for months, and I couldn't walk, I could barely go outside, so yeah, it definitely took a toll on mental health, but I'm all good now. I'm all good now, which is fantastic. So yeah, the second time I went to the hospital, I jumped on one of the wheelchairs just to take you in, and then they took me in. They said everything was fine, so I put it in first time more successfully than the doctors did. They took them 3 times, they only took me once, which was a bit mad, but yeah. And yeah, so they just put this on me again, and then gave me a new set of crutches, because my old ones, they were like worn out because I used them so much. But yeah, I have to do with these. One of them like stinks, so I never washed it, I don't think. I washed it after, but when I was using it, I didn't wash it, so it absolutely stinks. But this one's okay. And yeah, so and the hard thing was when I went back to school again, because my mum said, "That's it, I've took too much time off, I can go in now." I managed to get a decent amount of time off, but like 2 weeks or so again. I don't know where I'm going with this story now, I'm just rambling, but that's what this video is, so it's fine. Yeah, so the English stairs, like I couldn't get upstairs because I couldn't put any pressure on my leg. So the English stairs were like 3 flights, like they like curled around to get to the top. Because you had the bottom floor, and then you had the second floor which had the library on and everything. And then the third floor was where all the English rooms were. So yeah, I had to go into the room where like people go when they're sick. Luckily no one was actually sick next to me, which was good because I probably would have thrown up as well. But yeah, I would just do my English work in there, and my teacher would send me work for the whole lesson, and I would get it done in like 20 minutes, and then I'll just sit there for 40 minutes chilling. Yeah, so after the second time I did it, I've only recently just started playing football again, and it's still not fully healed, like over a year later. Because at first the doctors told me, like, oh yeah, you'll never be able to play football again, which was not good, and I did not take that very well. Because football is like one of the only things that I'm passionate about in life. So after that's gone, it messed me so bad. But I went back because I pulled a ligament or something. I pulled a ligament or something a few months ago. So I went back because my mum was like, getting worried. It was fine after a week. After the week had gone, it felt fine again. So yeah, my mum insisted that I go, and they said there was nothing wrong with it and I should make a full recovery. So I was like, well, you've told me a year ago that I won't be able to play football again. Now you're saying I should make a full recovery, and it was the same doctor as well, so I don't know what he's on about. So yeah, I've only recently just started brings us to today, where I'm making an ASMR video about how I dislocated my knee twice. So, I should probably tell you that the reason this happened, that my knee dislocated so easily, I have stretchy ligaments. I'll put it at the start of the video and I'll put it on the screen. It's like ligamentous laxity or something. And it just means I have like stretchy ligaments and joints, which so it makes my knees and I haven't dislocated anything else, so just my knees at the moment are knackered. And when you have the knee, it's like this is the knee cap, and the knee sits in the tin, but mine is flat, so my knee sits on it, and that also makes it come out easy. So I'm just getting double whammy, to be honest. It's like two things: football and God, I have no chance. But so I'm just going on the bike every day and trying to build up muscles. So hopefully it doesn't come out again. Probably will, because the way I play football, you can't play football like not going for a tackle and play passive, or it just won't work. So yeah, I'm just trying to build up some muscle, and hopefully in 6 months I'll be able to start playing football again properly. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this ramble story.